Hey guys, Chris here, also known as Mr. Thrifter, and today we are looking through Goodwill and seeing if we can find anything of value to resell on places like Amazon and eBay. So this Goodwill, right away there was the shoe section, and I saw these interesting kind of blue skateboarding shoes by Osiris, and I didn't really know much about the brand. They were kind of dirty and they were asking 15 bucks for them, so I did end up unfortunately passing on them. But these shoes, at least similar ones on eBay, did have pretty good comps, so I kind of regret not picking these up. Walking through this Goodwill, there was a lot of clothes, and when I say a lot of clothes, I mean a lot of overpriced clothes. Found this wide assortment of mugs back here, and this one caught my eye. It's a Grandma's Hugs Are Best Super Grandma mug. I found this Disney Winnie the Pooh Fisher Price little people toy over here, and right as I found that, I did notice hanging on the wall there was two Mad Catz Microcon original Xbox controllers hanging there, $5 each. I definitely did pick those up, and I did as well check them out and make sure all the buttons were working. Continuing through the electronics section, and I did find this really cool ham radio. Looks very vintage. They were asking, I think, $35 for this. I checked it up on eBay, and I found one sold comp for about $130. It was very, very tempting to buy this, but they were asking $35, and the label said as is, so I didn't even really know if it worked or not. So I did end up passing on this as well. And right beside that ham radio, there was this Star Wars, looked like a pancake maker of some kind. I don't really like to buy food products from thrift stores, but this looked just pretty cool regardless. Switching over to the hat section, and oh my god, what is that? That is a rainbow pilot hat of some sorts. Definitely weird. I didn't buy it, but I did end up picking up this hat right here. It was only $3 from the Goodwill, and this was a camo Denso hat. Definitely something that I didn't really know much about. It just looked like it was worth something, so I did end up picking it up, and sure enough, it was actually worth about $20 used. I've seen a few sold comps on eBay for that hat, and I also picked up this hat right here. This is a Germany. I don't even know what the brand is, but it had Germany. It's got the coat of arms in the front, and it does look pretty cool. Both these hats, $3 each, not going to complain. It's always around this time where I realize that I should probably get a cart or some basket, and that's exactly what I did over here. Basket in hand, let's see what they got in the media department. I found this copy of Burnout Legends for the PSP, but unfortunately they wanted $8 for it. That's definitely not worth it. I also found this game Monkey Mischief, and I also found this other Wii game down here. None of these games were in any great condition, so I didn't get any of them. Over to the book section, and I only ever really look for books knowing that I can complete a set of books that are really worth a lot of money. And over here I'm looking for Harry Potter books, and sure enough, bam, there you go, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, a second edition copy, by the way. It's only a softcover, but still is worth some pretty good money. And as I'm looking for more, sure enough, I find Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets hardcover right over here. Two great finds back to back. Great. So after that thrift store, I went to go and pick up estate sale winnings that I won from an online auction, and I'm going to go through all the stuff I got over here at the end of the video. So after that pickup, I did end up going to another thrift store. This one was like a mom and pop style thrift store, very, very small, and the prices were a lot better. Just $2 for this bag over here, and the prices continued to get better throughout. Starting with this game over here. Now I'm going to pause the video real quick because I need to explain something to you guys. I didn't realize this, but upon looking at the footage when I got home, at the top right of this game, there's a price tag of $1. I didn't know that when I was in the store, but if I knew that, I definitely would have picked up this game because this game is vintage, I believe from 1978, and if it was complete, then it would have gone for about $20, around that price range, and for $1, a $1 investment into this game, that would have been totally worth it, and unfortunately, I left without even bothering to buy this game. Into the book section, I did find a huge pile of big Stephen King books, like the big ones, and these books I never would have bought at like a Savers or a Goodwill, but over here all books are $1, so of course I ended up getting the entire stack. This thrift store had a pretty big collection of hats, and the prices were really great. That was the best part about them. Hats anywhere from $1 to $2, and they just had a huge collection of them. I didn't get any of these, but they did have some pretty interesting ones, like this Punta Cana all over print hat. This one looked pretty interesting, and for $1, I just couldn't pass it up. Surprisingly, this place actually had some pretty cool video games behind a glass shelf, old Game Boy, 3DS stuff. It all looked really cool, but I couldn't get any of it because it was all for auction anyway. The last store I went to was another bigger Goodwill, and I went right to the media department. First thing I found was a sealed copy of The Office Season 4 on DVD. Now, for anyone else, this might have been a great deal, but I just couldn't make enough money with it. Speaking of The Office, they actually had a Office video game for PC. Never even knew this existed. Over to the shoe department, and they had a lot of really cool shoes here, but man, they wanted $35 for every single pair of shoes. Definitely not worth it. That was a hard pass from me. Came across this Masters of the Universe toy. I believe it is anyway. If it was a buck, I definitely would have picked it up. I found this Heroes of Metal poster, and it looked pretty cool. It was on like a hard board, and I also found this Elvis one too. These were both $8 each, but the Elvis one was almost brand new essentially. Then I figured I could probably sell these both and make a pretty decent profit on Facebook Marketplace. Walking into the electronics section, and I was pleasantly surprised to see this thing sticking out. It looked like an expensive gaming keyboard, but unfortunately when I pulled it out, I realized that the company was just some off-brand company and it was worth nothing at all. However, sitting right beside it was this pink wireless keyboard, and it looks really interesting. I've never seen anything like this before. It's got a pretty decent sell-through rate on eBay. Unfortunately, they were asking too much money for this thing, so I did end up passing it, but I definitely would have picked it up if the price was a little bit better. My eyes lit up again when I saw this. It looked like a GameCube controller, and that's exactly what it was. Unfortunately, it was the GameStop variety of GameCube controller, and these are not really worth that much on eBay. Here's a little tip, guys. If you guys don't know what the object is you're holding, you could use a Google Lens app to take a photo of it, and that will tell you exactly what that product is just by a photo reference. So you could use this if you don't know what to type in on eBay. Just for fun, I decided to look through the baggage section, and sure enough, I found a Roots school bag. I was surprised to find a Roots school bag in here. The condition looked really nice. The condition overall was just really good. I was looking all over just to make sure that there's no rips or tears, but right here I'm also trying to find the price tag of this bag. I can't seem to find it anywhere, so I finally decided to give it an open, and sure enough, hidden away from the customer's eyes was the price tag inside of $19, a little too much for my taste. And finally, before I left the store, I decided to check out the glasses section, and thank God I did, because I found this black Medusa print case of Versace, a Versace glasses case, and inside the case was actually a Dolce & Gabbana pair of glasses as well. On top of that, I did find a pair of vintage Giorgio Armani glasses, and I'll talk about those more in just a second. Alright guys, we are back from the thrift stores, and it was a pretty decent day. Nothing amazing was found, but I will show you guys everything that we got today. So in the first thrift store, I did pick up these two Mad Catz controllers, original Xbox, and these are the Microcon, like the tiny little buttons. These ones are smaller. They were $5 each, and I did look these up. They were sold for about around $20 to $30 each for these two controllers. So that was a pretty alright deal right there. And I didn't get any of the games that I showed in the video, but I forgot to mention that I went back and I grabbed this game on the shelf. It was wedged between two other games. I didn't see the first few times I looked them over, but this is a disc-only copy of Super Mario Bros. For the Wii, and this game alone, just the disc, I could probably get about 25 to 30 bucks for, so that is pretty good. It was $5 as well. I also picked up this back here. This was a Disney Fisher-Price. It's actually recently vintage now because it was from 2002. This is a little person toy, I believe, from Fisher-Price. It's like a little baby version of Woody the Pooh. This thing was $2 in the store, and I think I could probably get about $20 for this right here. So that was pretty cool. And I also got these hats over here. So this hat right here is a Denso hat. It's a camo finish. Denso, I did find a sold comp of this for about 20 bucks. Paid it $3, so that was pretty good. And this hat over here, I couldn't find anything in terms of sold comps, but it is Germany. It's got the coat of arms there. They were side by side, so they must be around the same price point. So probably this one too, about 20 bucks for that one. Moving on, I did win some stuff from an estate sale this week, and this is all that stuff. It's a kind of a decent sized lot of religious paraphernalia. I've got this here. I paid all of this like $5 for everything here. And this is a Our Father cross sign here. I still have to look these things up. I haven't actually checked up a lot of these things on eBay, but for $5 for the lot, I couldn't say no to it. So let's go ahead and unwrap these. I don't even know what's in these things. So, okay. We've got a, looks like a statue figurine here of a certain Pope, I think. There's a barcode on the bottom, made in Italy. That's a pretty good sign. And this is obviously a certain religious figure. If I find any sold comps or anything, they'll be up on screen. If not, then I probably didn't. So there's that. Ooh. This one's actually pretty heavy. This is another, looks like a statue of some sorts. This one actually had a price tag of $2 on it, but I did not pay $2. I paid $5 for everything here, and I don't even really know what this is, but it looks interesting. It's got a little hook in the back there, and yeah, pretty cool. All right, oh, we got ourselves a cross over here. This looks like a wooden one. It's kind of broken on the bottom there, but this actually looks like it's like homemade or something. Doesn't really feel like real wood, but interesting nonetheless. Next up, let's see what this thing is here. Ooh, this is Jesus Christ on a statue here. Ooh, the cloak actually is like a material. Wow, this actually looks like it's worth something. On the bottom we got Jesus carrying the cross, the power of the passion. So this might be actually pretty easy to look up, but yeah. So we got these 3 figurines over here, looking pretty cool. Here, Lola, I got another gift for you. She's in heaven right now. She loves those things. Quick update, guys. I realized, I think anyway, that this cross piece goes inside of this little place here, and it's supposed to be the cross that Jesus is carrying with this set over here. This over here also came with that, and it's a box of some kind. Let's see this. Ooh, look at that. We got an, this is an INRI. So that's a brand that makes crosses, or Jesus Christ figurines, I believe. And they're actually pretty reputable on eBay in terms of like selling velocity. But this is a Jesus Christ wooden crucifix, and it doesn't really look to be a lot of value here. It's a very thin piece of wood. I think he's plastic on there. Doesn't really look like I'll get a lot for that, but that's still pretty interesting regardless. All right, so moving on to the last thrift store that we went to, you guys might notice that there are some missing things on this table, like the Harry Potter books. Those are already brought upstairs, and I also brought upstairs the 2 posters that we got at the last thrift store, the Elvis one and the Led Zeppelin Heroes of Metal one, and those were pretty interesting. I had to look up the Led Zeppelin one. I didn't really know what that was, but thank God I had Google Lens on my phone, because that's pretty cool. They were $8 each. I probably won't sell them on eBay, but I will probably try to sell those on Facebook Marketplace, just because of the size. But moving forward, these are the things I got at the last thrift store, and these are arguably my favorite finds of the day. This is a Versace glasses case with a Medusa print on it, and I was surprised to find a Versace just randomly in the case of glasses that they had at the thrift store, so that was pretty cool. Did find a sold comp for this for $50, and they were selling it for $5, so that was a no-brainer right there. And inside that glasses case, I did find this Dolce & Gabbana glasses inside there, and I was not expecting to find them, but they were there. And these look pretty vintage. They have like a wooden trim finish, which was pretty cool. These actually, I don't think that I was charged for these. I think they just charged me for the case, and I looked at the bill later, and I don't think I was actually charged for these glasses at all. So that was a 2-for-1 combo that ended up being pretty cool. And I also saw these just by themselves separately inside that glasses case at the store. This is a Giorgio Armani glasses, again vintage as well. And the reason why I picked up these glasses, and some people are thinking like, well, who's gonna wear glasses that are not their prescription? You see, people buy these ones on eBay because they want to replace their old frames with these ones. So they'll take out the glasses and they'll use the frames, and the frames are what's valuable. So yeah, that's why I got those ones. And all in all, it was a pretty good haul. All right, guys, well, that is everything. That is everything that we found today at the thrift stores. Come back next week. We're gonna do another video like this. I enjoy doing these things. So if you guys enjoy watching them, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Lola, say goodbye. Say goodbye. Say goodbye to the viewer. Tell them goodbye, Lola.